Good afternoon and welcome to News Hour in Africa with me, Esther Wilson. The International Criminal Court has voiced concern over the withdrawal of Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger, saying it undermines the global pursuit of justice. The Hague-based ICC prosecutes individuals for war crimes and crimes against humanity. The three military-led West African states pulled out of the court last year, calling it an instrument of neo-colonial repression in the hands of imperialism. The three former ECOWAS members formed the Alliance of Sahel States in 2024. The ICC's Assembly of States Parties, which represent the countries that make up the court, said it regretted their departure. Countries leaving the court risk undermining the collective pursuit of justice and weakening global efforts to end impunities, the body said on a statement on Wednesday. The court has 125 current members, but several major powers including China, India, Russia, the USA and Israel have not joined. Days after Sudan declared a cholera outbreak in West Kordofan state, the World Health Organization said on Wednesday that at least 120 people have died from the infection. It added that another 1,102 suspected cases have been reported since May in isolated war zones across the country. More than 3 years of war between Sudan's army and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces (RSF) have decimated the country's health care system. The Flashpoint West Kordofan state is dividing the front lines between zones controlled by the army and those dominated by the RSF. This is Sudan's third wave of cholera in as many years and began only 2 months after the last outbreak was declared over in March. According to government figures, during the last wave from July 2024 to March this year, over 124,400 people were infected and 3,500 died. Cholera is endemic to the country, but the WHO says it now faces near continuous outbreak due to the conflict's constraints in access for response teams and limited supplies. In addition, the widespread displacement of people due to the fighting is making their access to essential healthcare even more difficult. Sudan's rainy season is set to surge in the coming weeks, during which cholera cases balloon as rain further impede access for millions to clean water. The WHO says its operations are further hampered due to a shortage of funding, having received only a third of the money it needs this year. It said this latest outbreak appears to be spreading following reports of close to 300 suspected cases and 3 deaths in neighboring North Kordofan. The United Nations has warned the RSF is preparing to mount a deadly ground assault on state capital El Obeid. 3 years into the war, which aid groups estimate have killed more than 200,000 people, nearly all of the country's hospitals have been forced entirely or partially out of service. Widespread flooding has killed at least 59 people in Ivory Coast since the particularly heavy rainy season began in mid-March. A government spokesperson said on Wednesday, each year, the rainy season from late May to July brings landslide and flooding that kills dozens, especially in poor neighborhoods. In the country, over 30 million people. A particularly high toll of 59 people who have died this year, even though we are only at the beginning of the rainy season. Spokesperson Amadou Coulibaly told a cabinet meeting on Wednesday. Flooding is a recurring problem in Abidjan, the economic capital and home to more than 6 million people. Rapid urban growth has led to widespread informal housing in flood-prone areas. Abidjan saw more than 10 people killed in just 2 days. the government reported on Monday. For several years, the government has been carrying out sometimes harsh eviction and demolition operations, saying it is targeting precarious neighborhoods in flood-prone zones. Coulibaly said that there had been no deaths yet recorded in at high-risk area, where residents have complied with the government's safety instructions and agreed to relocate. But some 20 people were killed in Abidjan's Atukube neighborhood, where some victims had returned to sites previously cleared by authorities, he noted. That's all we have time for News Around Africa by Magic TV, and I'm Esther Wilson.